Hello and welcome to my channel. So I am Melissa and I am going to start going over February's budget based on the 2 weeks that we are into January. So my husband did get one decent check in January that had a bunch of overtime because he worked over Christmas. That is not a normal. So if you see when I do my closeout of January, yes, the checks will be a little bit bigger, but that is not normal. So we'll start with our income. And so with our income, we both have township jobs, and so he gets 130. He is a trustee, and I forget that sometimes, and I am a township treasurer. So those are our two incomes. We get paid once a month, and they are salary based. My husband works in a factory. His hours do change, but this is based off just a Saturday. So it'll be the whole month. He'll make that much in a month. And then mine is based off of a month without overtime, and I have not been getting overtime. So, and then the extra income, we do plan to have about $300. Our kids will put in some money on the cell phone bills. And so they're adults, 18, 20. They can pay their own cell phone bills, so they do put in on that. And then we did talk to one of our sons about we were going to get rid of Spotify, and he really wants to keep Spotify. He says he's had the same playlist since he was in 8th grade, and he doesn't want me to get rid of it. So we are considering letting him put the Spotify on his card and him making the payments, because I listen to Spotify every day. My husband listens to it every day. Andrew listens to it every day. And then we have a few other people that are part of our family plan because we had extra people who could listen to it who aren't in our household. And so one of my nieces and then one of my son's friends, being that it's one of his friends, I'm kind of like, yeah, if you want to pay. So, but for now, it's part of my bills. So straight into savings, this is not including, so these totals up here are not in part of this. This is what our paycheck is, but we both have money come straight out of our paycheck. So my husband has $75 a week come out of his paycheck, and it goes straight for car insurance into a savings account, which gives us, based on 4-week month, $300 in that towards car insurance, and we pay that twice a year, every 6 months. And then I have $40 a week taken out, and it was to get my nails done, but I quit getting my nails done, and it's kind of been like a cough. I currently have them on, but they are like, I've cut them off. They're janky. They're getting bad. So that will start being part of our weekly spending, or coffee, things like that. All right, so we go into our household bills, and all of our household bills. So Peacock is a once a year. We pay it once a year. It's $50 for the year. We paid that in January, so I don't have to pay it this month. Dish Network, you'll see Dish Network and DirecTV on here. So after looking at our bills, we found that DirecTV is $80 a month. Now, we did just currently get the receiver in, but we still have to pay the Dish Network bill plus the DirecTV bill. However, once we return the receivers, we won't have to pay that bill anymore, and we're waiting on the box to come, so hopefully it'll come soon. It has been disconnected, it's not, if we plugged a receiver in, it's not going to work, so we shouldn't be billed for March, but we do have hopefully only a partial bill that we'll get billed for February, but we'll have to wait and see. And then by switching to Dish Network, they offered up a Visa gift card, so we will have that coming, but I'm not sure. I can't remember what my husband said. I think it was like $150. Our Prime membership, we pay the 1-year fee, and that is on February 1st. That's due, so it'll be $139, and then we won't pay that the rest of the year. Our Spotify family, our home and internet. So I did have a comment about having a home phone and cell phones. I am because I work for the township, I don't want people in the township to call my cell phone. I want them to still be able to get a hold of me because we live in a very small, very rural township. We do not keep hours. I keep my hours that I have to keep, like February 14th, which is the last day to pay your taxes without interest. March 1st, your last day to pay in general without them being turned in as delinquent. There are days in December that I hold office. Any days that I am obligated to, and then I'll throw in a couple extra. And then I'm always willing to meet people down there. And so by then, realtors want to get a hold of you, closing for closing costs. When they're not closing costs, sorry, when you're closing on selling a house, they will call and find out, like, have the taxes been paid? Has this been done? Normal people in the township want to get a hold of me. Hey, what's my bill? I don't want to put it in the mail. I want to pay you in person. Can I meet you down there? Da 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 da. So, or they want to just call and yell at me because their bill's not right. And that's everyone's right. Everyone wants to not pay that higher bill if they don't have to. And sometimes there is something wrong with their bill. It's 99% of the time, it's an assessor thing, but people do not understand that. So I make sure they have a way to get a hold of me, and then I will pass it on to the assessor for them. Cell phones. All of my kids have a cell phone. They're all through us. We go through Verizon. That is a discount. That is a discounted price for 5 phones. Plus, we are paying on 2 of the phones. I have a new phone, and one of my kids has a new phone. And so that is the price of the phones, plus the price of the bill. And the company that I work for gives us, it's a discount. I show that I still work there, give them paycheck stubs, or no, I don't give them stubs, but I show them a stub once a year that I still work there. I'm eligible for the discount, and we get the discount. Everything that you see CC next to is a credit card. Those are all of our credit cards. And yes, they are quite a bit. Yes, I am aware. Best Buy was probably the worst credit card we've ever got. That is 29.9% interest. So of that $149 payment, 106 of that is getting billed as, that's interest. So less than $40, maybe $40, something like that is going on the principal. $106 is going towards interest. So for just our normal bills, it's $3,765.06. So then we come over here. Now these totals are going to seem crazy to a lot of people. Gas. This is not the gas for my house. This is the gas for my truck. $870 for the month is what I'm going to budget. Now, I am not planning on spending anywhere near that in February. However, right now I am making multiple trips to pick my son up from school and to drive him across town to his practice for his team. Then I have to go and pick him back up and take him to driving school because he's in driver's training right now. And then I have to go back 2 hours later and pick him up from driving school and then turn around and commute to work by 9:30 at night. So he gets out of school at 3 o'clock. He has to be to practice by 3:30, and we literally have time to drive straight there. And it takes 20 minutes to get to him from our house. And then I go back in at 5:30, pick him up, take him to driver's training by 6:30, and we usually pick him up dinner or something, or if he has a match or a meet, then it usually runs a little bit longer and he might not have time to eat in between there. And then we go back again at 8:30 and pick him up. Groceries. Groceries is extremely low, and it will raise up in the next few months. However, I am trying to stick to a budget of $50 a week. So far, I have been successful at it, but we are trying to use what we have in our pantry because I am doing the Three Rivers Homestead Challenge, and we have been successful at the grocery store so far. I have not spent over the $50. However, we're only on our 3rd week in January. So, that could change. Dinner's out $300. That is, yes, a bit excessive. However, we found that we've been cutting wood. We've been doing a lot of things on the weekends with the animals and things like that. And so when you take, 5 people, and that's just 3 of our kids plus myself and my husband, anywhere, it's going to cost you $60, $70. And so if we do that once a week, it's going to be quite a bit. Animal feed, we have a ton of animals, between 2 cows that are both pregnant, 2 different steers. One steer is a show steer, and he gets show feed to beef him up, to make him look good. We want his coat beautiful. He'll be showing. He'll be selling at a 4-H auction. He needs a quality feed if you want to have a quality animal. And then we feed our chickens Kallenbach feed, and it's what we found that works the best. A lot of people have been having problems with their chickens not laying eggs. They believe it is the feed that is the problem. We never switched our feed. We've never had the problems with our eggs that everyone else is having, but we've also never bought that particular feed. Not that there's anything wrong with that feed. If it's from whichever supplier, I'm not even sure. I don't know anymore because I didn't look too much into it, because it's not a feed that I mess with. We do just regular Kallenbach layer feed mixed with a scratch feed. We feed in oyster shells, and then we have a wood stove that we heat with, so you won't see a natural gas bill or a propane bill, and you won't see a water bill because we have well water. So those things don't really, they don't apply to us, but the feed costs us. Logan goes through more than $160 this month. Next month he will not go through that much because he will not be he won't be gone so much. He won't have all the practices. He won't have the driver's training anymore. It'll just be his normal money for him to have drinks and food while he's at school, which is roughly about $40 a week. Sometimes he only spends $20 a week. We only give it to him as he needs it. We do not give him $40 each week. It's if he needs the 20, we give him the 20. If he doesn't need it, we do not give it to him. Spending cash, $800. So we do $200 a week in spending cash. That is just like free. It's not really free money, but it's what we consider our free money. It's what we use for coffee money. It's what we use for spending on if we want to stop to the gas station, if we want to go anywhere, if we want to do something, if we decide we want to go to the casino or something. We have that $200 a week to do something. It's kind of our fun money. So them totals is $2,780. And then here you'll see the hair and nails, $160. Now that total is not in the other total, again, because it goes straight out of our checks. We don't ever see it. It goes straight into a separate savings account. And so that total, like the 2 pages between all of the bills and then these totals, we have $6,545.06. There'll be $23.94 left. And then the $300 for car insurance, it's on here again, but once again, it's nothing that we see. It goes straight into savings. It's not something that I am putting into our budget because I'm not actually going to take it out. I'm not going to see it until it is needed. And then, so we're doing a $20 a week challenge. We're trying to put a 20 in the envelope every single week. And so with the $23.94 left, that gives us $20 for that. And then I'm also trying to do the 100 envelope challenge, and that'll leave me $3.94 for that one. However, something that we are trying new is I have envelopes over here, and you'll see that these are set up. So this is my $20 one, and it's got the $40 in this one, and so that one is that. Now this one here is our hay fund. So we rent land, organic hay land or organic land that we planted with alfalfa. We sell the round bales. When we sell the round bales, this will help reseed the fields. It'll help pay for the diesel in the tractors. It'll help pay for the twine and stuff like that. So this money will never go into our checking account. It'll just stay in here. So when we sell round bales, we're putting the money in here. We'll keep it. Oh, that 100 is ripped. Anyways, and we'll keep this in here. And I labeled this one hay fund, so that when we need things for the tractor and we need like anything, we can just reach in here and get it out. There is money in our checking account currently for it, $400. It needs to go in the envelope, but when we buy twine and stuff like that from the Amish store, it's kind of expensive. We write a check, and so that's what that one is. So this one here says Mom's Extra. So of the $80 that comes out of my check every 2 weeks, it's $40 a week. Every 2 weeks, $80 goes out of my check. What we don't spend, I'm going to pull out, and we're going to put it right into this envelope. So last week, or for the first 2 weeks of January, the $70, $10 was spent of that $80, so there was $70 left. So $70 is going straight into this envelope. And this is extra savings. It's not applying to anything. It's not going anywhere. It's just kind of like a sinking fund envelope that we will keep track of. This one here is the 200. So the first week that we got the 200, we spent the whole 200. Now the second week of the 200, there was $56 left. So we put the $56 in the envelope, and every week we will be putting the monies in the envelope from leftovers of the 80 and leftover of the 200, and that is what I'm hoping will help me do the 100 envelope challenge where envelope 1 is $1, envelope 99 is $99. And so by having these two right here, one with 56 and one with 70, I've already got 126 that I could apply to those envelopes. And so I could fill out like the 100 and I could fill out the 26, things like that. So I'm first of all going to fill up the envelopes and try to fill in the bigger numbers first. And that way, if we get later on in the year, I don't have to struggle to try and hit like an 80 or a 90 or 100 or something like that. And then this last and final one is extras. So when we turn in pop bottles, the money will go in here. When we turn in loose change, the money will go in here. Now 2 weeks of loose change. This is what I have 2 weeks of, and a lot of this is quarters. Because we work in a factory, we've decided to drop our change every day into here. Now my husband is not very good about it. He likes to hold his change. He likes to spend his silver. But so most of this is me, and I've only gotten change out of him one day. But I've got probably like $6 or $7 in here already. And every time this gets full, I will turn it in and we will put it in the envelope. And then my husband does a football pool. And so when he puts $10 in out of our 200 or out of the 200 spending, and if he wins the football pool, and one of them, he did win one of the football pools. He won 45 on one. And then I bought a Mega Millions ticket and I won $80 on that. So I'm tracking exactly what we're putting in here and how much is in here. And this one has $250 in it. So between the two savings envelopes with all of the extra stuff in them, we have $376 that's like extra savings to try and fill out like the challenges. So this one here, this is the 52-week one, and I just filled in 2 of the 20s. And then the other one, I kind of made my own. Stuck together. Okay, so I made my own, and I wasn't like I'm weird about wanting like flat. I want it even. So I did 108. So we might not fill in for 108. But if I do fill in for 108, it'll be $5,886. And at the end of the year, everything from these two that is saved goes straight to a credit card. Like straight to a credit card. And then what we are also doing to get out of our credit card debt is anything extra. So after all of our bills are paid and then we have our difference from here to here, like no more than $10 will go into this envelope savings challenge thing, because we are banking on having money left over from the 80 and money left over from our 200 every week. So like when we work overtime, if we have an extra $500 at the end of the month, that $500 is automatically going onto a credit card. Like that is what we're going to do with it every month. That's what our goal is. So this month, our goal is to pay off our American Eagle. So last month we were able to pay off TJ Maxx. December we paid off we had 2 Sam's Club ones, one for me and one for my husband. We still have a Sam's Club bill, but we were able to pay off that one. So over here I've got what we owe on each particular card. And this is what we owed in January. So we paid the 200 and I didn't fill in what we actually paid on them. But so TJ Maxx, this one was paid off, and then this one here was paid off in December. And so our next bill that isn't like out of control is American Eagle. So that one will get paid off next, and then we'll work our way to the Sam's Club, Tractor Supply, and then it'll go Best Buy, Amazon, Cabela's, Omni. And then we'll go back down and we'll work on our truck, our camper, and then hopefully our house, and be out of debt. But if you like to finish watching, following along, not finish watching, if you'd like to finish following along with our debt-free journey and everything that we are doing, please continue. Consider subscribing and sharing and liking, all of the good stuff. Feel free to comment. There was one of my budget ones where someone told me like all of my subscriptions were a bit much, and I 100% agree. And I talked to my husband about it, and he He really wants to keep the DirecTV for the football and the baseball. He will watch baseball every day if he can when it's on. So we are going to continue to keep it. But one of my kids may be picking up the Spotify because that's something that I had thought we could drop. So we will see what we end up dropping, see what we do. And I will be doing a January closeout probably the 1st of February. Like within the first week of February, because I want to make sure everything comes out of our checking account and have ending balances for our checking and our savings, and to find out exactly how much money we had left over to pay on a credit card. And so I can keep everybody up to date on that and hopefully become debt free within a couple of years as far as credit cards are concerned. My house and my camper are a whole nother situation. I'm aware of that. But thanks for watching if you made it this far, and enjoy the rest of your day.